Hello friends, and welcome back to our smokehouse. Today I want to show you a new attachment that I purchased for my Weber kettle. It's called the Only Fire Santa Maria grill, and it's originally for an attachment for the Weber kettle, as I said, but I haven't used it on my Weber kettle. I use it on my fire pit. So in a few minutes I'm going to show you how I have this set up on my fire pit. I have a Solo Stove Bonfire fire pit, and I have a surround around it, and I found out after I bought this thing that it fits perfectly on my fire pit. So I've only used it on my fire pit. Now I haven't posted any videos about this yet because I've never cooked on one of these before. So I've been practicing, doing a few cooks on it, trying to get acquainted with the grill, and how to set my fire, and how much fire to have, all that kind of thing before I actually post a video. And also the Only Fire Santa Maria attachment comes with a rotisserie setup. So I'm going to be showing you a couple of rotisserie cooks that I experimented with. So I'm posting this video today just to show you my setup and give you a few examples of some cooks I've done on it. And very soon in the near future I'm going to be posting a full video of a cook that I did on this. But I just wanted to make sure that I had all the kinks worked out and understand how it works, and how to set my height to keep the temperature where I need it and all that when I do cooks. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So if you'll stick with me, I'll show you my setup and then we'll get on with the video. So here is my setup. You notice you can't really see my fire pit because I got the attachment sitting on it now. I've got this surround around my bonfire, but actually it's not a surround. It's a fire pit that I purchased off of Amazon that fits around the bonfire. And I find it works very good just for a surround around my fire pit to keep, kids or animals from getting against the fire pit and getting burned. And it's relatively cheap, but it works really good. So there's my Santa Maria attachment. Now you notice that this is how you set the height. You got a handle over here, and you got a hole over here that you can just put that in to set it. And see how much I've raised the rack there. And that's how you keep the great temperature where you want it, by raising and lowering the height. Now you'll notice on some of my videos that I'm going to post some cooks and experiments I've done with it. A little bit later I've got a temp gauge, a probe that I attach to my grill, and it has a Bluetooth that I can actually connect it to my phone. And I can monitor the grill temperature. And that's really the temperature you need to monitor because that's where the food is. So you can raise it up higher and do a low and slow cook. Or if you really want to sear something or cook something fast, you can lower it down closer to the fire. Okay, so I'm going to kind of take my assembly apart here so I can show you what I have. All I do, I've got this Santa Maria attachment just sitting right on top of that surround. And right here I can just pick that surround right up, and there is my bonfire fire pit. So that's what the bonfire fire pit looks like. It's actually a smokeless fire pit, and it really does a good job. I really like it. And I found that if I remember, I told you this is originally a fire pit that I ordered off Amazon, but it works very neatly around the bonfire, and it makes a good surround for it. But the Santa Fe attachment, we'll see it just right on it, right over the bonfire. It makes a good place to use that Santa Maria attachment. Now this is a ring that goes on top of the bonfire when you're using it for a fire to sit around. And this is actually a lid that goes on there to keep your contents or keep it from getting wet. And this is a bowl that came with the fire pit that I ordered here, and this is what the fire goes in. But I don't use it for that, I use it around this. But I turn this over and just put it on there to keep my bonfire out of the weather. And then when I want to use the bonfire, I'll just take that off, light me a good fire in there, sit around the fire and enjoy it. When I want to use it with my Santa Maria attachment, I just remove that ring and just set this right on top, center it up over my fire pit, build my fire, and then I can just lower it down to get a good hot sear on the grate or whatever, and then I can raise it up when I want to add some smoke and low and slow cook. So that's my setup over my bonfire fire pit. All right, there you go, folks. You've seen how I set up the Santa Maria Weber attachment grill on my Solo Bonfire fire pit. You've seen some experimental cooks that I've done on this, trying to learn how the grill works and how to operate it. And you also noticed that I had the temp probe on the grate level so I could see what the great temperature was. And for me, this is very important because I like to cook a lot of different cooks at a certain temperature range. And by having that temperature probe on there, I can see exactly what the temperature is at the grate, and I can adjust the grill to compensate for it getting too hot or needing more temperature. So, you know, the disadvantage of cooking like this, of course, is you have to really tend to your fire until you cook. You can't just walk away from it and leave it. But if you enjoy doing that, which sometimes I do when I got time, I like to sometimes just monitor the food throughout the whole cook, keep my fire going. And I found out after I've got this attachment that I really enjoy cooking over an open fire. And so far the food that I cooked on there has been really, really tasty and good. So in the future, I'm going to be posting a video of a full cook. I haven't decided yet exactly what I'm going to cook. The ribs that I cooked turned out really good. And, you know, I'm thinking about doing maybe some ribeye steaks for my first video of a full cook on this thing, where I'll show you how I set my fire, how I start my fire, and how I maintain it, and how I adjust the grate to keep the temperature at a certain range. And then I'll be posting that soon. But another thing I want to say is that, you know, with an open flame like this, you're going to have constant temperature fluctuations. And that's another important thing about having that grate thermometer on there, a temperature probe. You can keep an eye on that, and, you know, you're not going to keep it at an exact temperature, no, because you're cooking over an open flame. But you can get within a range by monitoring that temperature throughout your cook and adjusting your grate level to compensate for the differences in the temperature. And, you know, it just makes cooking a lot more fun for me. I enjoy that kind of thing. So if you think you might enjoy this, I would recommend getting one of these Santa Maria grills for your Weber kettle. Now it works just the same on your Weber kettle. It sets on your kettle real snug, and it even has some set bolts that you can screw in to make it really stable on the kettle. But for me, I really enjoy using it over my Solo Stove Bonfire. So whatever you cook with, whether it be your Weber kettle or over something, fire pit like I've got, I think you'll really enjoy cooking over it and really enjoy the taste of the food once you get the hang of doing it. So I want to say God bless each and every one of you, and until next time, keep on smoking. See you later.